Hey everybody, back here at the rack, and I wanted to talk about the cash shop and the multiplayer room and the shop that's in here and what all you get. Um, an explanation of these tokens since I've learned more information. So I went ahead because I really like the game. I know I'll play it. I want to support the devs, so I didn't mind spending the money. I went ahead and got this put the pointer up here, this 1999 for the 240,000 TRC. I bought that thinking that I would be able to spend it in there, and I can't. I don't think. I'm not positive, but what I think what it can get me is repairs and new sticks once I earn the levels in order to get it. I've now reached level right above the line there that you can kind of see okay, to the bottom right of the number 327 at the time. I'll bring my hand up close. You can see that I've got a 5 there by that red star, and that's my level, I think. 122 is my experience points, and you need experience to get levels, and you need levels to get these sticks. See here, I need level 7. Here, now that I've reached, this was previously, I think I said 4, I needed to reach a certain level in order for that option to come up. So as you can see, I now have the option to buy this stick as opposed to the ones that I need to be level 7 to buy. So that's what that is. You can see that accuracy is 2, spin is 2, power is 2, curve actually refers to the Mass A stick, jump refers to the jump stick. Power, the best power you're probably going to have is on the brake stick. I haven't actually checked it to see, but that does make sense. Spin refers to the English that you put on the ball, and accuracy, obviously, accuracy. Think a non-warped wood, I suppose. I'm not going to buy this red stick because there are better sticks. Here's where you see replace tip for this brake stick, and see how the power there is at 4. This is the best brake cue you can get, and you see that it has a check mark. Well, how does it have a check mark when you have to be level 8 in order to buy 6, 8? Surely the last one has to be even higher, and indeed it is. I believe it's 12. And how do I have it now? Well, I did say in my comment section on the last video that I would talk about is it pay to win. Yes and no, because honestly, I mean, it's been said, I wasn't the originator of this statement, but a good player can play with a broomstick with a nail on the end of it and still be able to win games. I mean, it's more about your touch and finesse. Can you play with the default cue that you're given at the beginning? Yes, and I did almost all night. But once I realized that I couldn't purchase these, and I played with some other players, and they said if there's one thing you're going to get, highly recommend you get one of either the advanced pack or the pro pack and get the better sticks. Because they really do make a difference, especially for braking, masseing, and jumping. Now, I do not have a jump stick or a masse stick, but I do have a brake stick, and boy, it did make a difference. But that's not going to win the game for you. So I'm hesitant to say that it's pay to win, because you still have to have the skill to play the game in order to win. Even after I got these better cues, I was able to compete, but I wasn't winning predominantly. I lost more than I won. So here you can see that you get TRC 150,000. So you see this green number or maybe it's blue on the left. That's the currency that I have to spend. So with that, I can replace a damaged tip. So you see replace tip for 5,000. And you're saying, but wait, Jen, it's an accident. Don't say that, because that means that you have to keep buying those coins from there, and you don't. I mean, if you can win money from other players, you get your money that way. And that's the way that goes. I imagine the tournaments probably have prize packs that include these coins as rewards. I don't know that for a fact, but if I had to guess, I would think that's a pretty good guess that that would be part of what you get. Plus, the 6 months of VIP is worth it to me. So I went ahead and got the Pro Pack, and so that comes with this cue stick and this brake stick. So the Crusher brake stick and the Dominator green color of this this cue, high quality cue. It does not get you the best. I think the best are here, and we don't see those yet. And I'm wondering if special play refers to tournaments. Jump cues. When I get enough levels, perhaps I'll have enough coins to buy these particular cues, but I'm certainly going to wait until I can afford the best of these two. Why buy the lower two when you'd want the highest performing cue, right? So I got to get to level 12. And to do that, you have to do multiplayer. So I am going to turn off my microphone in case there's anybody in there. Am I on the right side for the microphone? It's a little touchy to get. I wish there was just a button for it, but there's not. There, well, I had it. There we go. And so I don't hear others. There we go. As you can see here, my free time now goes to January 22nd of 2023. That's because I bought that extra. Okay. There's nobody in here. Active players are 0. I was also taught today that as you go up, you can find players betting these different amounts, and it goes up to 10,000. Race to 3 means win 3 games. That's my assumption. I haven't played multiplayer. I've only played on, because I'm cheap, I've only played on the lowest bet amount. So it's 1 game, and winner takes 250. But if there were players in any of the other rooms, you'd see this number change. Okay, so anybody that, as I understand it, you go in with the assumption knowing that everybody in this room would be betting 250, not higher. So in we go. And just to prove to you that a good stick does not equate to wins, I've moved up only because I've started competing. This number was different. And there's my all-time EXP, 122 points. Woohoo! You can see that I am way below many others who are much better than me. I'm not really too worried about my rankings, to be honest. I want to come in and have fun, and I met some really nice people today. Probably about a half dozen people. It was awesome. Oh, there, see. So at 250 a pop, I lost 2,000 coins worth of games. I might have won 1 or 2. I played this guy today, Excellent Dreams, 5102. See if I played Jev today, 138. Really nice people. And I played this guy for quite some time, 007, that is Terminator. And I mean, just really nice people. I don't recognize any of the other names as people that I played against today. I believe Dan is quite well known in this community. I'll put it that way. For good things. So here, yeah, you can't change the bet. So everyone, whatever bet room you come into, that's what everybody's going to be doing. There's nobody else in here, so I'm okay doing this. Click the play button. So just like in the practice room, I didn't know this, you can just practice playing while you wait for other people to come in. So it's just a huge lobby with a game attached, which is awesome. And this is what we were listening to in a private room. And so it saved it to my media player for whatever reason. But he shared his music, and there we go. So now I have that if I wanted to select it. Cancel waiting. There we go. Take me out of my barred zone here. They don't want you leaving the game. Although I did hear of somebody leaving the game just as somebody was about to sink the 8-ball, which I don't understand, but what are you going to do? Thankfully, the person that was stood to win still got credit for his win. So you automatically forfeit and you lose if you leave a game. I've lost my tracking. That was odd. That's happened a couple times. I don't know what that's all about. It's not my guardian because I have that disabled for the moment just so I don't accidentally leave it. Last thing I want to show you, I'm going to go into my room. See my number, 343 410. 343 410. So, I'll leave here. I played tag quite a bit with somebody. And I enter here. Exit here. Now, if you remember, my room number stayed the same before, but because I entered another instanced zone, this number changed. So you can't get your number, run back to the lobby, tell somebody what it is so that they can enter your private room with you and play where you're not playing for money. You can just play for, fun. Well, I say money, in-game currency. You're going to have to find either Discord or join them in party chat to communicate that. Because, like I said, we played tag quite a bit back and forth because the communication got a bit lost. I just want to show you real quick what the queues are like. So here is the club queue, and here's the break with the standard queue that you get when you start the game. I'm just going to start it from this position, so it's actually exactly the same, other than maybe, my oomph, but I'll try to make them the same. Okay, there's a break with that queue. Now, cancel, start a new. Oh, I could have just re-racked. Okay, so now, instead of the club queue, now I want the break stick. I want the crusher. There we go. Here's the fancy break queue. Go down. Look at that. I mean, the power is evident. So if there's anything worth getting, it's a good break queue, because look at the spread on the table. That is so much better. And honest, I didn't power forward with this and try to just dominate. That's just what it was. So I will go back to using the club queue to show some shots. I'm not sure that I'm going to be finessed enough to be able to show the real difference on this one. Whoops. It would help if I didn't teleport away from the table, wouldn't it? Okay. So here I'll go for this side shot with club cue. And remember how I said the balls felt heavy? I think that's why. I think because some cues are better than others. Okay. So I hit that kind of solid. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to translate. You use this arrow here to go over to other cues that you own. Here's the new fancy queue, and other than the one that's behind special events. Perhaps it's a bit more narrow. Maybe it's easier for some people to focus on. I mean, is there a difference with using this versus using the club cue? Does it make or break a shot? maybe, but I don't know. I'm still of the opinion that you should be able to play with anything. I don't think that the cue actively has like a a randomizer that's like you're rolling a dice to see whether or not you hit it. I think accuracy still. I'm not using the right. Use this cue. I think accuracy still matters, and if you're accurate, then you're going to make your shot. So I don't, you know, I could miss that shot with either cue. I don't think there's a lot of there. I mean, it's. I think the break cue is the difference maker. As far as jump shots, here, I'll just pick up the cue ball. Why am I wasting time walking around here? Gotta find things not to bump into. That would be good. Okay. Gotta be aware of my surroundings here. Okay. Masses and jump shots. I am willing to bet that that is, no pun intended, massively better if you're using a masse stick or a jump stick if you're trying to do jumps, because it's extraordinarily difficult to get this ball to jump. So with those two, but honestly, unless you're playing in the tournaments, how often are you going to need to masse or jump? Either one. I mean, your main play is with your cue stick, your regular gonna use it cue stick. And if you practice with a bad one, then it stands to reason that if you switch to the better stick, that it'll do nothing but enhance your game because you have better skills because you're taking more time to practice. Okay. How does tip condition degrade? It degrades simply by using the stick. So here we're at 159. I bet if I take another shot, it's going to be 158. I think it degrades by shot. Let's see if that theory is correct. Oh. Let's take a look. It was $6.50. All right. We lost internet earlier tonight, and I woke up and we had it, so I figured I'd go ahead and make this video, and it's really late, and I don't remember, but I can remember the number 650. All right. Let's see what we got. 649. There we go. So every shot takes it down a notch. You can see how many shots I've made just tonight, and I wasn't even using this cue all night. So the general rule of thumb with folks is if you're going to just play in practice, you should use the club cue or get another cue that's cheaper to repair. Oh, I need to put the ball down. There we go. Because that's where your points come into play. So if you want to repair your stick, you're going to have to spend some points. So in retrospect, I'm not too sad that I spent the extra money thinking that I was going to be able to buy sticks, and ended up having to buy the club the stick that I wanted. All right, let's just go with my normal and see if this works, because this is another issue that has come up. ORM search. All right, search worked for me. For some people, and it happened to me too, they lost. Oh, by the way, if you want to scroll, you push your trigger down and you move the screen. That's how that works. Okay, so again, I need to mute that. Okay, so what I did before, and this is only a theory, but what I did before was I just left the room. And I left, the song had finished. I didn't press the stop button before I left. Came back in and could not use the player for anything. I went into each room. I went to each screen in the multiplayer room. I could type something in and I hit search and it would just sit there. It would come up with nothing. It would stay blank. But since I've been stopping the player before I exit the room, I don't have any more troubles with that. I just leave that there, but I have it stopped. And when I came back, it remembered what I was listening to. As you saw, the disco from the playing with earlier, with Terminator, it saved it to my screen, and I was just able to go back and redo that. Now, because I was disconnected while we were playing, see, there it is again. So I'm able to just restart that, and I'm fine. I did not have the opportunity to stop that player. So I don't know if it's hit or miss. I can't say. But what I did initially to fix it was, when it wouldn't play, was I came up as far as I could to this screen. I reached my head through and my arm through. As you can see, I'm not entered. I'm just poking my head through. And I hit my player with my laser pointer. I just hit the screen. And then I went in. And I don't know if it reset it, but it worked. It started working after that. And I've just been careful to turn it off since. So there you go. I don't really want to spend the money yet to replace that tip. Tip condition 500, and this starts at 1,000. So I think that's the other benefit, is that you get more games out of these higher end cues. So you don't have to repair as often. You have to repair twice as much with this one if it takes 1 point every time you use it. Obviously, your crusher stick, you're only going to use your brake stick once a game. So it goes down slower. And by this logic, I've broken with it 40 times, and I haven't broken every game. So there you go. At some point, I'll get myself up to the correct level, and I'll be able to add to my collection the jump cue, and a masse cue. I'm looking for level 12 on those. But it didn't take me long. I mean, I could work my way up, but yeah, I'd have to spend this coin. So the red has to do with your level and experience. There's a leaderboard type system, and I think that's what the 1454 is relating to. And I'm betting that that's not blue, that it's green, and it's because it represents money. On the top left there, that big long number, 390,500, which is odd because I didn't think I won that much. I didn't win that much. We didn't pay for, I don't know how that number got big, because I only purchased 240,000, and then I had some to start with, but I don't think it was that much. But maybe it was. I don't know. I'm set for a while. That's what I can say. And then 122 experience points, but I'm level 5. So the numbers that matter to me are this number 5 and this number up here. And I just can't see what the... You know what? I should go ahead and repair this cue just so I know what that has to come out of the number that I can afford, right? Let's see if that 390, 500 gets smaller. There we go. Yes, it did. So it went from 390, 500 to 385, 500, and that is 5,000. So, now we know. Took one for the team. Oh, no, I'm not going to fix that one yet. I don't use the break cue as much. It makes no sense to fix that one. So, I suppose if I really wanted, all right, that's a play cue, that's a break cue. So, yeah, you can't even buy the jump in the Mass A cue before you reach the required level. So, thankfully, the guys that I was playing with earlier today had lots of knowledge and were more than happy to explain things to me, which was fantastic. And if you want to play some pool, somebody came in there even while I was there to see if I was available, and I imagine they saw because I had red marks above the avatar is your name, and if you have your mic muted or your headphones muted, you have little red boxes underneath you. So you know who can hear you and who can't. So I imagine they saw that I was turned off and realized that I really wasn't there to play a game. But if you're doing a practice game in there and somebody comes up and they want to challenge you, they will just hit the play button and it will cancel your practice game. So, just be prepared that somebody might not ask first. They just assume if you're there and playing on that table that you're ready to play when they are. And I think that's reasonable. But personally, I myself will ask somebody, hey, do you want to play a game? If I see that they're just practicing. Because they might just want to be in there and hang out and talk to other people and just play while they talk to other people. But obviously, if there's a big lobby and there's a lot of people waiting to play, you don't want to be taking up a table with practice. So there is no system of next table. There's no queue in QUEUE. One extra E in there. There's no line to show table order of who's got next. It's all basically, if you're at a pool hall, you have the same thing. There's just no quarters to put up on the table to designate who's next. You just kind of know who's going to play next, and you can go play 9-ball or whatever. That happened tonight too. Somebody else decided that they wanted to play something different other than 8-ball. So they went off and played 9-ball, and the guy that I was playing with, we finished, and then more people just came in and came out. It was actually awesome. But the misconception that one of the guys had, the one that we kept playing tag back and forth because we could both see each other in that room, but this is not public. This is all private. All of these sections. So the only that private room can become public if you give them their number, but again, you can't come out here and read it to them. And you might know what your number is, which is awesome, but they can't stand here next to you and listen to you read off your code once you have it. You're going to have to send that to them in a chat message or Discord or however you decide to handle that situation. I now have a third Oculus Quest friend so that we can group up together later too. But I was perfectly happy playing in here as well, so I could have gone either way. But it's nice to see how it works in all the rooms, so I certainly didn't mind. And he was a lot of fun to play with, and they were very considerate towards my lack of vision. There was more than once that I tried to use the 9-ball as the cue ball because I couldn't tell the difference, or the 1-ball, the 4-ball being pink. I found out it's pink, not orange. That is a mystery that has not been answered, but I'm not the only one to notice that the 4-ball is not purple. And I'm not even sure if the 6-ball is green, to be honest. But all in all, it's a lot of fun. And I will probably play here more than I will in Black Hole Pool if I can find people real people to play with, which is just shocking for me to say because I am typically not a multiplayer gamer, mostly because I hate having to explain my vision issues um, all the time. And I don't do it for pity. I do it for explanation. I don't want people to think that I'm stupid. I suppose I could just say I'm colorblind, but that wouldn't explain the lack of depth perception that I have, which is why I have trouble with the reach, with the rest stick. Depth perception is a big thing. I mean, it took me so long to line up one of the shots, and my guy I was playing against was trying to help me say, okay, you need to come back further, you need to go up further, trying to show me where the reach should sit so that I could hit the ball, so that my cue stick didn't go straight through the cue ball all the time. I mean, I'm just having trouble contacting that ball, and I do need to learn just how to use it, and I am getting better with it, but it's going to take practice of habit of arm length and how far away I should be, and just getting to recognize that. But when you don't have depth perception, it's very difficult. So I still had fun, and I was just so grateful that these guys were just awesome people to play with and have a great first experience of multiplayer with pool game. So you might see me in here. If you decide to get it and you come in, look for me. I'm happy to play. And I guess that's it. Just wanted to explain what these credits were. Is it pay to win? Kinda, sorta, because really you shouldn't have access to that queue until you're much higher level, but you're going to be at a disadvantage, especially the break queue. You're going to be at a disadvantage trying to break without it, but you certainly can win playing with the house sticks, the house break, the house queue. I mean, it's just, think of it that you've walked into a dive bar and all the sticks are warped, and the guy that you're playing against probably brought his from home. And so it's just an extra challenge. But if you feel like giving the devs some money, since this game is free, this is how they expect to make money on the game. And they put a lot into it, and they intend to put more into it, obviously, with the tournaments. So it's obviously a labor of love as well. The guy that developed this obviously loves pool, or he wouldn't have these particular styles of designs on his cue sticks, because he's modeling them after some really high end sticks, and I don't mind rewarding that. And it's not a subscription. I appreciate that. And if this is all the cash shop is, and maybe some, clothes, aesthetics, I can certainly live with that. And as you might have noticed, I did get, it's always so bright. I did get new clothes. Did I walk away from the mirror? Oh, there we go. Loading. Okay. I decided on a different outfit because my neck was so long. So there I am. Cancel. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope this clarified some things. And you must have internet to play this game. Otherwise, you have a big wall here that blocks you off, and you won't have any of your money or your sticks or any of that stuff. So always make sure you're interneted up. Talk to you later. Bye.